This is the single most important financial decision most Americans will ever make in their lives, and almost everyone gets it wrong. Should you file for Social Security at 62, at 65, at 67, or wait until 70? It feels like a simple question. You sign a form, you start getting checks, end of story. But that one decision, made in less than 30 minutes, can determine how much money you receive every month for the next 20 or 30 years of your life. It can determine your spouse's income after you are gone. It can determine whether you live comfortably in retirement or quietly run out of money 5 or 10 years sooner than you should have. I want you to take a breath for a moment, because what I am about to share with you may change the way you think about Social Security forever. The Social Security Administration is not going to call you with advice. They're not going to compare your 3 options side by side and tell you which one is right for your situation. They process whatever you submit, lock in the numbers, and move on. The mistake, if you make one, is permanent. And the difference between the right age and the wrong age can be over $100,000 in lifetime income for a single individual, sometimes much more for a married couple. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what each age means for your monthly check, who tends to benefit most from filing at 62, who is better off waiting until 65 or 67, and who genuinely should consider waiting until 70. So before we go any further, if you, your spouse, or a parent is anywhere between 55 and 70 years old, please stay with me until the very end. This information could quietly protect or add tens of thousands of dollars to your family's lifetime income. You're watching Retirement Watch, where we explain Social Security, Medicare, taxes, and retirement rules in plain English, so you can make informed decisions with confidence. I'm Robert Hale. If videos like this help you feel more prepared and more protected, please subscribe to this channel right now and turn on the bell. The reason this matters so much is simple. Nobody at the Social Security office is going to sit down with you, look at your full financial picture, and tell you which filing age is best for your situation. The responsibility falls entirely on you or on the people you trust to help you. That is exactly what this channel does. We take complicated decisions like this and break them down clearly, calmly, without pressure. The retirees who understand their options before filing tend to make better choices, keep more of their money, and protect their spouses. The ones who do not often realize what they could have had only after it is too late to change. So please hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and let's walk through this decision together, one age at a time. Before we go any further, let's start with the foundation, because you cannot decide between 62, 65, and 70 until you understand what each age actually means in the Social Security system. The earliest you can file for Social Security retirement benefits is age 62. That has been true for decades, and it remains true today. But filing at 62 does not mean receiving your full benefit. It means receiving a permanently reduced benefit for the rest of your life. The reduction is based on how many months early you file before what is called your full retirement age, often abbreviated as FRA. Your full retirement age is the age at which you are entitled to 100% of your calculated Social Security benefit. Not reduced, not increased, just the full amount based on your earnings history. For most Americans approaching retirement today, full retirement age is 67. If you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. If you were born a little earlier, it may be 66 in a few months. You can verify your exact full retirement age on ssa.gov. And then there is age 70. This is the latest you should file for Social Security retirement benefits. Filing past 70 does not increase your monthly check any further. But waiting from your full retirement age up to 70 can dramatically increase your benefit by approximately 8% per year of delay through something called delayed retirement credits. So now you understand the 3 key ages. 62 is the earliest, 67 is most people's full age today, 70 is the latest worth waiting for. The question is, which one is right for you? Let's go one age at a time. Filing at age 62. This is the most common age Americans file for Social Security, and also one of the most expensive choices they ever make. Filing at 62 permanently reduces your monthly benefit by approximately 30% for most Americans, compared to your full retirement age benefit. That reduction does not go away when you reach 65, 67, or any other age. It stays for the rest of your life. Let me give you a real example to make this concrete. Imagine someone whose full retirement age benefit at 67 would be $2,000 per month. If they file at 62, their monthly benefit could drop to roughly $1,400. That is $600 less every month for life. Over 20 years of retirement, that gap adds up to approximately $144,000 in lost lifetime income. Over 25 years, it grows to roughly $180,000. And because annual cost of living adjustments are applied as a percentage to your benefit, a smaller starting check also means smaller raises every year, compounding the difference over time. But filing at 62 is not always wrong. There are people for whom filing at 62 makes genuine sense. Filing at 62 may make sense if you have serious health concerns or a family history of shorter life expectancy. If statistically you are unlikely to live into your 80s, the lifetime math may favor taking the money earlier. It may make sense if you are no longer working and have no other income to cover your living expenses. If you cannot afford to wait, filing at 62 is not a failure of planning. It is simply a necessity. It may also make sense if you are single, with no spouse to consider for survivor benefits, and you have other sources of retirement income that make filing early a strategic choice rather than a desperate one. In just a moment, I will tell you about filing at age 65, which most Americans incorrectly assume is their full retirement age. Just stay with me. Filing at age 65 is interesting because for decades it was considered the normal retirement age in America. It is also the age Medicare begins. For many Americans, those two facts get blurred together, and they assume Social Security and Medicare start at the same time. They do not. For people born in 1960 or later, filing at 65 is still 2 years before their full retirement age of 67. That means filing at 65 also results in a permanent reduction in your monthly Social Security benefit. The reduction is smaller than filing at 62, approximately 13% for most people, but it is still permanent. Let me show you the math. If your full retirement age benefit at 67 would be $2,000 per month, filing at 65 reduces it to approximately $1,740 per month. That is $260 less every month, permanently, over 20 years. That gap adds up to over $62,000 in lost lifetime income. Filing at 65 may make sense if you have already stopped working and need income to bridge the gap between retirement and a later filing date. It may make sense if you have moderate health concerns but are not severely ill. It may also make sense if you're coordinating with Medicare and prefer to have all of your benefits aligned at the same age. But 65 is generally a compromised age. You're giving up some lifetime income compared to waiting until 67, but you are also receiving more lifetime months of payments compared to waiting longer. It is a middle ground, and for many seniors, it is not the best choice mathematically. Filing at your full retirement age, which is 67 for most Americans today. This is the option where you receive your full calculated benefit, with no permanent reductions and no delayed retirement credits added. Whatever your calculated benefit is, you receive 100% of it from this point forward. For many retirees, filing at full retirement age is the safe, balanced choice. You avoid the permanent reductions of filing early. You also avoid waiting for delayed retirement credits if you genuinely need the income. Filing at full retirement age may make sense if you are in average health, with no strong family history of either short or long life expectancy. It may make sense if you have stopped working and need the income, but do not want to give up roughly 1/4 of your lifetime benefit by filing at 62. It may make sense if your spouse has already filed and your household needs additional income to maintain your lifestyle. But here's the part most Americans never hear. Filing at full retirement age, while better than filing at 62 or 65, may still not be the best choice if you are in good health, have other income, and are married. Because if you wait just 3 more years, the math can change dramatically. Quick reminder before we keep going. If this kind of plain English explanation is helping you, please subscribe to Retirement Watch and turn on the bell. We post new videos every week, breaking down exactly these kinds of major retirement decisions in language that respects your time and your intelligence. The retirees who understand their options keep more of their money. The ones who do not often spend years wondering what they could have had. So please hit that subscribe button now if you haven't already. Filing at age 70. This is where the math gets genuinely exciting and where most seniors who could benefit do not realize what they are giving up. For every year you delay filing past your full retirement age, the Social Security Administration adds approximately 8% per year to your monthly benefit through what are called delayed retirement credits. These credits stop accumulating at age 70, so there is no benefit to waiting any longer than that. But the math from 67 to 70 is striking. If you delay from 67 to 70, that is 3 years of delayed retirement credits, totaling approximately 24% more in your monthly check permanently. And that increase is not just for 1 year. It is built into your benefit for the rest of your life, with annual cost of living adjustments applied to that larger starting amount. Let me show you the math. If your full retirement age benefit at 67 would be $2,000 per month, waiting until 70 increases it to approximately $2,480 per month. That is $480 more every single month for the rest of your life. Over 20 years of retirement after 70, that adds up to over $115,000 in additional lifetime income. Over 25 years, it grows to nearly $145,000. For married couples, the math gets even more powerful because when one spouse passes away, the surviving spouse generally receives the higher of the two Social Security benefits, not both. So if the higher earning spouse waits until 70 and locks in the larger benefit, that larger amount can also become the survivor benefit available to the spouse who outlives them. Waiting until 70 is not just a gift to yourself. It can be a gift to your spouse in the years when they may need it most. Filing at 70 may make sense if you are in good health with longevity in your family and you have other income sources to bridge the gap between full retirement age and 70. It may make sense if you are the higher earning spouse in your marriage and you want to maximize the survivor benefit available to your partner. It may make sense if you simply want to maximize your lifetime guaranteed income from Social Security, which is one of the only inflation-adjusted lifelong income sources most Americans will ever have. But filing at 70 is not always the right choice either. It may not make sense if you have serious health concerns. It may not make sense if you have no other source of income to cover those 3 years between full retirement age and 70. It may not make sense if you have already lost a spouse and you're single. And it may not make sense if you have specific tax planning reasons to take Social Security earlier rather than later. So, which age is right for you? Let's bring everything together with a practical framework you can use to think through your own decision. The first question to ask yourself is, what is your health like? And what is your family history of longevity? If you have serious health issues or a family history of shorter life expectancy, filing earlier may genuinely be the right choice. If you are in good health and your parents or grandparents lived into their late 80s or 90s, the math heavily favors waiting longer. The second question is, are you married? If you are married, your filing decision is not just about you. It is also about your spouse, especially the survivor benefit they may receive after you're gone. Higher earning spouses in particular should think very carefully about the impact of their filing age on their partner. The third question is, do you have other income to bridge the gap? If you have a pension, retirement account savings, part-time work, or other resources, you may have the flexibility to delay Social Security and capture larger monthly benefits later. If Social Security is your only source of income and you have no savings to draw from, waiting may not be realistic. The fourth question is, do you still plan to work? If you plan to keep working before your full retirement age and you file early, the Social Security earnings test can temporarily reduce your benefits during those working years. This is something many retirees do not realize until after they have already filed and seen their checks shrink. The fifth question is, what does the math actually say in your specific case? Use the calculators on ssa.gov to see your estimated monthly benefit at 62, at your full retirement age, and at 70. Write the numbers down. Multiply them by 12 months and then by 20 or 25 years. See the dollar difference between your options across your full expected retirement. Now, let me leave you with a calm checklist you can use right now to start thinking through this decision. 1. Log into ssa.gov and create your free My Social Security account. Review your estimated monthly benefit at age 62, your full retirement age, and age 70. Write the numbers down. 2. Calculate the actual dollar difference between the three options, both monthly and over 20 to 30 years. Use real numbers, not percentages, to truly understand the trade-offs. 3. Have an honest conversation about your health, your family history of longevity, your other income sources, and your work plans. These factors directly impact which age is right for you. 4. If you are married, sit down with your spouse and run the numbers together. Discuss how each option affects your household today and the surviving spouse's income later. Survivor benefits are often the most overlooked piece of the entire decision. 5. If you are still working and considering filing before full retirement age, review the current Social Security earnings limits and understand how the earnings test may temporarily reduce your benefits. 6. Consider consulting with a qualified retirement professional, financial advisor, or Social Security specialist who can review your specific situation. The cost of a one-time consultation is a tiny fraction of what the wrong filing decision could cost you across a 20 or 30-year retirement. 7. Remember that this decision is largely permanent. Once you file, your options to change course are limited. There's a narrow 12-month window during which some filers may be able to withdraw their application, but doing so generally requires repaying all benefits already received. Take your time, run the numbers, talk to your spouse, talk to a professional. Do not rush. These are not gimmicks. These are not tricks. These are the basic rules of the Social Security system, designed to be used by retirees who take the time to understand them. The Americans who understand these rules tend to make better filing decisions. The ones who do not often realize what they could have had only after it is too late to change. And now an important reminder. This video is educational only. It is not financial, legal, tax, medical, Social Security, or Medicare advice. Retirement Watch is not affiliated with the Social Security Administration or any government agency. Filing decisions depend entirely on your individual situation, including your health, your family situation, your other income sources, and many other factors. Rules and benefit amounts can change. Always verify your specific situation with official sources, such as ssa.gov, and consider speaking with a qualified retirement professional, financial advisor, or Social Security specialist who knows your full picture before making any final decision. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you. Honestly, the fact that you sat through this entire conversation already puts you ahead of most Americans approaching retirement. You're doing exactly what the people who get this right do. You are slowing down, you're looking at the math, you're paying attention to the details. That single habit, more than any single financial trick, is what separates a comfortable retirement from a stressful one. If this video helped you, please subscribe to Retirement Watch and turn on the bell. We post new videos every week explaining Social Security, Medicare, taxes, and retirement rules in plain English with the same calm, no-pressure approach you saw today. The retirees who follow this channel make better decisions. The ones who do not often wish they had started learning sooner. And please share this video with someone in your life who is approaching this decision. A parent, a sibling, a spouse, a friend, a neighbor. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for the people you care about is forward them a video they did not know they needed. A short conversation today started by you sharing this video could mean tens of thousands of dollars and decades of peace of mind for someone you love. Before you go, I would like to hear from you. Comment below which age you are considering or which age you already filed at, 62, 65, 67, or 70. And if you have already filed, share what factor weighed most heavily in your decision. I read those comments. They help me decide which topics to cover in more depth in future videos, and they help me understand who is watching. I'm Robert Hale, and this has been Retirement Watch. Take care of yourself, take care of the people you love.